What is up, guys? This is Zach with Dreamedia Home Theater, and today we are going to be doing a pretty cool theater room. If you haven't seen the pre-wire or the retro wire on this particular project, make sure to check it out. It'll give you inspiration on what you can do with your own space. We put in this riser here. This is a 3-level riser system, as well as we did all of the electrical for step lights, electrical underneath the seating, as well as pre-wired for an 11.2. It's technically a 7.2.4 Dolby Atmos system. So let me show you the room, as well as the products that we're gonna be using, and then we'll get to work, and you guys can follow along to see how we do things. So if you look here at the front of the room, we have everything cut out and ready to go. The whole room's been carpeted to help with the acoustics of the space. And we've had these sconces put in with lighting to give a dramatic effect. In the front of the room, we have the front left and front right speakers already cut, which we did during the wiring phase. And then we have our wiring in place for our screen. We're doing a Screen Innovations Slate Zero Edge, the 1.2 with the backlit LED kit. This is a Zero Edge Pro. The construction guys did put in a cutout. We had to reframe the wall for the center speaker, but the carpeting guys carpeted over it, so we'll have to cut this out, but our wiring's right in there, ready to go. We have our subwoofer number 1. We're doing a 15-inch Klipsch SPL 150 here at the front of the room, and you can see we have our electrical terminated there as well, so that you don't see any wiring. It's gonna look really nice and clean. Now here at the surround left and right, we have our in-wall rated wire terminated there and ready to rock and roll. We're just gonna unbox the speakers and pop them in. Right at ear level. This is gonna be perfect for the customer seating, which is sitting out here in the landing area, which we're gonna leave wrapped up until we're completely finished. Now here at the rear of the room, again, we have them right at ear level. The speakers that we're gonna be using on this are the Pro 160 RPW. This is the Reference Premier Series, the brand new models that came out last year from Klipsch. And here's the other side, right here. And then we have our subwoofer. This again is terminated and ready to go. All we gotta do is pop a plate on there, and then the power outlet's right next to it, which will give a nice clean look. Now, as you look to the ceiling, overhead, we have our holes cut already for our Pro 160 RPCs. This is the Reference Premier as well. And we're doing 4 overhead. And you can see those are ready to go, so all we gotta do is just pop them in. It pays to do a little work prior to construction, makes your life a little easier after. Now, here's our wiring for our projection. We have an 18 gig 4x4x4 HDMI put in there for our Sony 695, which is going to be broadcasting onto this 160-inch Slate screen. I don't think I told you the fronts. On the fronts, we're doing the Pro 250 RPW LCRs for the front, left, right, and center speakers. Now, we are using separates, the Yamaha Avantage series. We're using the CXA 5200, as well as the MXA 5200. These are units that are designed to complement each other. This is amp and preamp separate. And we are also going to be using, this is the projector mount we're going to use right here. You see this in all of our videos. This is my favorite projector mount. If you need one, give me a call. I highly recommend this guy. It has fine adjustment on the back. Surge protection, we're going to be surge protecting everything. And then on our XLR cables, I'm using tributaries, high quality XLR cables for in between our devices. This is the Sony 695 here. Grayson's working on the rack. We're using an FS series strong rack. It has the built-in fans. This is the 42U. I like this guy. We have it broke down right now, but it has all the side panels on it, which are downstairs. We had to carry this up and it was heavy, so we broke it down. It has all the shelving ready to go, which I like. Just supportable, makes our life a little easier, saves some time. And that's pretty much a wrap for the components going in this space. And you can see the design turned out pretty nice. I think the customer chose a pretty good color as well as design of the space, we helped him with all the sconces and riser and everything like that. Now, here's what we're going to be using as far as devices. We have an Apple TV 4K for our Apple users in the home, but we also got a Roku because this family uses Apple and Android, so they'll have the best of both worlds. And we also have a Sony UBP X1000 as well, ES 4K Blu-ray player to maximize the potential of the system. And we're going to be using a Harmony, the Pro version though. And this gives me remote management to make programming changes off-site if needed, as well as integration for things like his lighting. We're going to be putting in the cassetta dimmers right here. You can see I had it wired up into this column. And as far as lighting control, we're going to be doing lighting control for the sconces, separate from the step lights, which I'm going to have a step light here, here, and then over there. And then I'm also going to have a separate lighting control for the overhead cans. And basically we just tie in to the Cassetta app into the Logitech Harmony app. And we're also going to be doing some, I'm not sure if you can tell here, but there's a little gap here in the trim. And we pre-wired in a power outlet up there, as well as Cat 6 or Cat 5, I can't remember. But we're gonna be using that for IR control so that the customer can control the track lighting around the trim from the Harmony remote, which would be really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and get to work, and we will show you guys how we complete things and the end result. Thanks for watching. Okay, so these are the actual speakers themselves. This is the 250 RPW, and you can see the reason that this particular speaker is used in the front is because it's not as bassy. It has smaller woofers, which will give you better clarity in your dialogue. This does have the 90x90 tracks of corn and the titanium dome tweeter from Klipsch, and we're going to be using this for the front left, right, and center. Did you catch all that? So it's improved dialogue, really.
Those are always in the front.
Primarily always for the center, at least.
Okay.
You always use an LCR for the center speaker.
So it's not a necessity for the right or left.
No.
It's more just
better
sound. Okay.
Yeah. And then these are going to be used for the surrounds as well as the surround rears. This is also sold in an 8-inch if you need some more mid-range. But we have two 15-inch woofers in this room, subwoofers, which is going to give us plenty of low ends. So we just went with 6-inch. This is a very well-built speaker. And basically the way it works is these are separate, two separate pieces. You have the back box like this, which is inserted into the wall first. And these little tabs click out like this and fasten onto the sheetrock. And then once you have those in place, basically the speaker itself will just drop into place after you make your connections here on the back. So what we're going to be doing is just stripping back our shielding and putting about a 1/4 inch of bare copper, this is stranded 16.2 wire, into our terminals here. And then we'll put our grill on when we're finished. And the customer may even end up painting them to match the room. These grills are all paintable, and this particular series comes with a paint grill, which is really nice, so that you can easily cover it up like this while you're painting the grills. So small things make your life easier. All right, Grace, so what's the game plan here? What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna get this rack organized. First, I'm putting surge protector, power conditioner, the light kit on it.
This is the Watt box with the light kit, so it's going to surge protect the devices that are plugged in back here in the back, as well as I kind of like this particular kit. May seem dumb, but aesthetically it looks pretty cool. So you can just pop these tube lights out like that, and then it'll kind of illuminate the whole front of the unit. So we're going to put one at the top and one halfway through. It's going to look pretty sharp.
Yep, making a game plan, how we're gonna set it up.
Yeah, so basically Grayson has to figure out how to fit all of those devices into here. Luckily, this customer got a huge rack, so we're gonna make sure to leave plenty of space for ventilation because we're doing separates. That amp is gonna get hot, and we wanna make sure that it has room to breathe. We did plan for this. You can see we have the fans at the top as well as an exhaust that's installed here in the closet, which will pull all that hot air out of the room and make sure to keep those devices operating at their peak potential. Yeah. Cool. All right, we're moving right along in this installation, guys. Everything's looking really good. I got Corey over here just beasting on these in-wall speakers right now. You can see he's already got in our surround left and our front left and right, and he's working on the surround right now. Basically, we're just stripping back the speaker wires here, and then we're inserting our back box into the wall, and then the speaker clips right onto it. I'm gonna leave the camera here so you guys can kind of see how this installation is performed, so that you can do it at home. Looks really sharp. Yeah, that's a good spot to do, right? Because then it'll, he won't have to bend over. Yeah. We don't want that. Good. All right, guys, Corey's done a great job of getting our speakers in. You look, everything's looking super clean. All of our Atmos are in place. Overhead, looking sharp. We got our surrounds in. Okay, guys, we just got back from lunch. We're making really good progress. We got all of our electrical done, all of our automated switches in place. You can see we have our Lutron Cassetta switches over here, and Grayson's working on the rack right now. We got all of our speakers in around the room, and we have our 2 subwoofers in as well. Everything's tipped. Grayson's gonna be working on getting our IR connected for the screen lights, and me and Corey are gonna work on getting this screen set up. I'm gonna make a separate video about the assembly of this screen, a full length video if you guys are interested. This particular screen is very popular right now. This is the Slate 1.2, and I'm using a 695 in this situation, but I've been using it a lot with the JVCs and the Sonys. So make sure to check out that full video if you guys did purchase this screen from us. It'll be very helpful. All right, let's get it started.
Let's, oh, it's going my way. I pushed it your way.
We were pushing against it.
All right, guys, we are moving on to the projector. And this projector is the Sony 695.
Yes.
Perfect.
What a beaut.
Can't forget about your beautiful SI logo. This is magnetic. It just clings right on the bottom here.
Optional.
It is optional, but I like it.
I like the projector.
Grayson just got the projector up there. It's looking really nice. Sony 695. He's getting all the wires nice and tidy. Make it look pretty for the customer. All right, guys, so we just fired up the projector. You can see we have our picture. Now we're gonna go into the menu settings and we're gonna flip our image over right here. You see the little wrench up there? I'm not sure if you can see it, but select the wrench and then you go to horizontal vertical flip. It means it'll do a complete rotation. And now we can start aligning the projector. Once your projector is level with earth, front to back, you want to hit pattern and shift it down into place, and then you want to level it side to side. Because you can see right off the bat, it's pretty crooked. So we'll go ahead and level it side to side.
General light, tank light, no.
I'm gonna come in here to the back
general ambient light.
And you can see over here, I'm leveling it out. Just like that.
We're gonna want to call that.
Should we call it floor lighting?
Once the top is level,
You can always change.
now the whole projector, other than side to side, is pretty much set. So I'm gonna shift into position. This is 16:9, so we're gonna use the inner lines instead of the outer lines. So I'm gonna zoom.
We don't notice that it is merely a fraction of what its potential could be. But what if sound could be extraordinary? Again? Because you're listening to Dolby Atmos.
The vibration that comes in the CD.
With Dolby Atmos,
Pretty.
it's all the way in front, arcs overhead.
Pretty neat. You can want to put some. Is it 4K? You want to
No.
put something 4K on YouTube if it's
Yeah,
possible?
we're gonna.
Give it a second to buffer.